From the title of this video, it might come across like I'm flexing or trying to be some elitist who's just trying to show off all of his valuable pieces of vinyl. In reality, I've seen a few of these videos on YouTube and I find them fascinating. And I was kind of shocked to find this list myself and to see some of these prices. So let's dive into the 10 most expensive records, according to Discogs, that I own. Compiled from Discogs, and maybe there are some of you out there that don't know exactly what Discogs is. Basically, this is a database of all the music that's pressed out there, or at least all the music that I can find. And I used to think that I had some rare or unique tastes, but there is a lot of stuff out there. I started using Discogs in 2009, or at least that's when I signed up. I used it back then just to see the discography of bands that I was hunting. I'm not sure if back then you could actually buy music if there was a marketplace, but in 2022 there is, and this is a site that I use almost every day. You can go through and database your entire collection all the way down to the exact pressing of a piece of vinyl. I have my entire collection in there, and what's cool is once you have this, you can do things like sort your collection and search. And I use it at times just to find a piece of vinyl to play, since looking through records on my shelf can sometimes be a little bit tedious, especially with 45s. One fun feature, and I have to put this out there that it's fun in my opinion, because I'm not sure how exact the values are, but they give you a median value on your entire collection, both from the lowest to the highest. And this is where this video comes from. If you have your entire collection in here, you can sort by max value. You have to do this on the desktop app. You cannot sort by max value on the mobile app, or at least not that I have found. And here you can see what your most valuable pieces of vinyl are. Again, I don't know how exact these prices are, and the reason is because Discogs will use the value of your vinyl based on sales from Discogs Marketplace, which means if you have a record that somebody paid a ridiculous amount for on here, then it's going to show that as its highest value. For example, I have a 2016 reissue of The Wall that Discogs lists as over $100, and it's just not. You can get it at a store today for less than $35. I wanted to share my list today because I think there's some really cool stuff in here. It shows you some more insights into my collection, and it's just really fun doing these kinds of deep dives into your collection and finding some cool stuff. I did a vinyl tag for 2022 that you can check out in the cards or in the description below. I like going through my collection with a theme, and I love watching people's videos like this too. So if you like watching these, let me know by either liking or subscribing or commenting below. I think this also shows off the genre choices that I like in my collection, but they're not all represented here. And I will also say these are not my favorite records. They are also not the most valuable to me. That would be a whole other couple of videos. And again, if you want to see those, let me know in a comment below. And just a disclaimer here, I might say go check out this album, and you're probably gonna be like, dude, this is a super expensive list. Like, I don't have all that dough. I listen to music digitally too.
Are you doing everything analog, or do we have any digital in the process?
There is digital.
You can check this out on Apple Music or Spotify or wherever you listen. Also, these prices don't necessarily reflect what you could get these for. It's just what they have sold for at one time, like I've said before on Discogs. The 10th most valuable record in my collection is Mos Def, The New Danger. This record lists as $198 as of the summer of 2022. And this entire list obviously comes from that time as well. If it's in mint condition, and mine is. Admittedly, I think I've only played this criminally like 5 times. I love this record and I love Mos Def, and I got it right when it came out in 2004, but at the time I was going through so many records and albums, both digitally and on vinyl, so this one got lost in the sauce. It's really amazing. Mos Def is one of my favorite hip hop artists. Definitely check out this album if you can. Number 9, we have Blackalicious Nia. According to Discogs, this is worth $200 in mint condition. And again, I got this right around the same time as the Mos Def album. that I just mentioned, and these were like $15 at the time. And some of the first new pieces of vinyl that I ever bought in my collection. This record has been repressed now from Vinyl Me Please, so you can get it as a new copy, pretty affordable. This is another great hip-hop record, more on the funk sample side, which is the kind of hip-hop that I really like, so definitely go check out Blackalicious Nia. Number 8, the Jimi Hendrix Are You Experienced UHQR. According to Discogs, this is worth $209.90, and here's one of the first sus ones on this list, in my opinion. I believe you can still get this for the retail price from Acoustic Sounds directly, and you should. It will most likely go up in price from here. The Axis Bold as Love is over $500 at this point. I wish I would have gotten that when it was new. These UHQR records are amazing. They're so nice. The Clarity vinyl is so good. I think this was limited to 10,000 copies or something like that. If you don't know about UHQR records, let me know in a comment below. We'll make a video about that. We'll talk all about them. I've got 2 of these. I have this and the Miles Davis. This sounds amazing, and the packaging for this is just awesome. It's phenomenal. You can get this for cheaper than $200, so you should go get it. Go get one today. Number 7 is El Michaels Affair Yeti Season Limited Label Edition Box Set. Green vinyl, according to Discogs, $211.26. I got this on a pre-order from the label for $60 when it came out in 2021. So it's really shot up in price from there. There's only 400 of these available. Also, this is one of the most valuable records to me. It's one of my favorite bands. To me, it's worth more than this price. Big Crown will not make more of these. These are limited, and this is the label edition, which has the green LP and blue 7-inch, as well as a 50-page illustrated children's book about a Yeti, which is awesome. I've contradicted my own philosophies on collecting with this, and I feel like I can fix that by caving to my addiction to vinyl records and just buying a whole other box set. They have a Turntable Lab edition out there that has different color of the vinyl records, so I feel like I can get that one even though it's only limited to 200 editions, and I'll listen to that one and then have this one as my sealed edition. I also have a blue version of this that I actually have as my listening copy right now. So there you go. I'm super addicted to vinyl.
Sometimes the endless pursuit of crack leaves me tired and depleted.
Number 6 on the list is the Beatles Magical Mystery Tour Capitol Records LA 1967 pressing with the attached booklet. According to Discogs, this is worth $225. Again, it's worth a lot more to me, but this is a great example of why you should use Discogs. I looked for days making sure this was the correct pressing, using the etchings and the dead wax and double and triple checking. I thought this was a repress from the 70s because of the condition that it's in. Again, I'm never gonna sell it, so it doesn't really matter. My kids can deal with the haggle on this when I'm dead, but I love this record. I recently discovered Parlogram Auctions on YouTube. If you want to find out anything, and I mean anything about the Beatles, go check out that channel. That guy has some great insights, and you can buy some stuff from him as well. I got this from a family friend in a collection for free, so I'm super grateful for that. The number 5 most expensive piece of vinyl in my collection, again according to Discogs, is the Beastie Boys Check Your Head 1992 original pressing. Goes for $263.15. This is one of my favorite records that I got used from dustygroove.com back in 2005 or something like that. It was a while ago, but it was not this price when I got it. I was shocked to see this value. Mine does have a hole punch in it, which I'm sure takes away some of its value, but this album is so good. There are some awesome instrumentals on here. So What You Want is one of my favorite videos from the MTV era. You can get this on a repressing now, I'm sure, so definitely go get it. The album sounds fantastic in any pressing, I'm sure. So as we get to the top of the list here, a lot of these are starting to be some of my favorite records in my collection, which this one definitely is. Number 4, the Philadelphia Experiment Rope-A-Dope original pressing, which I think is the only pressing. According to Discogs, $271.74. This is Christian McBride on bass, Questlove on drums, and Yuri Kane on piano. I'm a Philly guy, and Christian McBride is one of my favorite musicians. This album is so good, extremely funky with jazz roots. Questlove is extremely good, as always, but a hidden gem on here is another Philly native, Pat Martino, on guitar on the opening track, as well as I think 3 or 4 other tracks. He recently passed away, but Pat Martino is one of my favorite guitarists. I talked about him in my vinyl tag for 2022, so definitely go check out this record and definitely check out Pat Martino. This is one of the sickest in my collection. I had a chance to interview both Pat Martino and Christian McBride for JW Pepper. I'll link those videos below if you ever want to check those out as well. According to Discogs, the number 3 most expensive record in my collection is Joe Henderson Tetragon. 1968 original pressing goes for $299.99. I was again shocked to see the value on this one. I think I got this from the Philadelphia Record Exchange for like $10, probably 10 or 15 years ago, but still, vinyl is going up these days. This is a great jazz record. I got it because Jack DeJohnette, the drummer, is on this, and at the time I wanted anything that he was on, as well as Ron Carter. They're both on this. Both of them are some of my favorite jazz musicians, and this album is one of my favorite jazz gems. Joe Henderson is so sick. Go check him out as well, or anybody that's on this record. Number 2 on the list, Labi Siffre Agata with the B-side The Vulture. Stateside 45, 2006 original pressing, according to Discogs, $362.43 in mint condition, and I think I've played this maybe twice. I bought it back in 2006 when it came out because at the time I was scouring for the originals of hip-hop tracks, and this is the original instrumental behind Eminem's track My Name Is. So I guess that's what makes it so valuable. This is a killer record though, if you've never heard it. The B-side, The Vulture, is actually even more sick in my opinion. If you've never heard it, definitely go check it out. I could do a whole video on original hip-hop tracks that I have from either like Bob James or Led Zeppelin. I got this for $15 when it came out, so I was shocked to see its price on Discogs. Again, this is according to Discogs. I have others that are worth more to me, but this is the second most valuable piece of vinyl in my collection, according to Discogs. And now for number 1, we have Roy Hargrove presents the RH Factor Hard Groove. According to Discogs, $800. What? When I saw this, I was like, holy shit!
Holy shit!
Now, again, this is a classic Discogs trickery. Someone recently bought a copy that was signed and I think unopened that went for $800. That said, if you look right now, they're going for over $600.
Holy shit!
And at even $500, this would still be the most valuable record I have according to Discogs.
Holy shit!
And I almost agree. There are others in my collection that are more valuable to me, but this is a great jazz funk record leaning more on the funk side. Roy Hargrove is awesome on this record, and I actually have the follow-up EP, which I actually like a little bit more, and I would have thought that it would have been worth more, but I guess not. I guess Verve only pressed a limited edition of these, and with the passing of Roy in 2018, they're now super valuable. They should repress them. I would not care about losing value on this if they did, because in my opinion, everyone should get to own all pieces of vinyl. So that is my list. Again, I hope this does not come across like I'm flexing or being some kind of elitist or something like that. I recommend you listening to everything on this list, and if you can, try to go and get cheaper copies of all of this vinyl. You will be cooler with your friends if you do. I mean, come on, the Beastie Boys, Check Your Head, it's one of the sickest records ever. On the flip side, there are probably people out there who are like, this record collection is BS, and I wouldn't pay you pennies for any of that junk. And to you, I would say you should give this video 2 thumbs down. I love doing these little scavenger hunts in my collection. It makes me listen to my records more and remember what pieces of vinyl I actually have. So check out my collection on Discogs if you want me to feature something, or hit me up in a comment below. And definitely, if you have some time, subscribe. It really means a lot to me. I want to get a lot more of these videos out there, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next one.